Introduction to NSA Mainstreaming Guideline, Session 4. In this section, I'm going to explain about 3 points. First, selection criteria of nutrition-dense food. Second, example of calculation of nutrition value. Third, introduction of NFA tool. Introduction of NFA tool. In the previous explanation, I have explained that to avoid complex calculation, I developed a smartphone-based application. I'm going to explain the function of this smartphone-based application. There are 3 basic functions in this application. 1, dietary assessment. 2, crop feasibility assessment. 3, development of cropping calendar. I'm going to explain one by one. First function is diet calculation. Using this function, there could be several use cases. I'm going to explain one by one, and the first one is identification of nutrition-dense food. Under sector policy loan program, each district government is expected to submit nutrition-dense food together with supply target. And this tool, diet calculation, will help district government to quantify the target volume, depending on type of commodity and also beneficiary. The process is rather simple, indicated by a number. There are 4 steps to proceed. First, you need to decide who are the target. So if you're thinking about stunting, most probably children under 2 or children under 5 should be the target. But it could also include mother or adolescent girl who can be who can potentially influence children under 2 as a mother. By selecting a target, you will automatically get a nutrition target for each different type of group. Then proceed to step 2. You will select commodity based on what nutrient you are looking at. And as we have already discussed, protein could be one important target, but you can also add some other nutrient. So using this food composition table, you can easily select a protein-rich commodity. And by clicking the commodity you would like to promote, then you are requested to put a number, how much portion of the selected commodity you are going to produce. It is in the gram, and how many gram you supply for the target, your target, children or mother or whatever. Then you can add not only one but also several commodities, and all the nutrients provided through combination of commodities will be presented in number 3, commodity list you have selected together with different type of nutrients supplied from each food item. Then finally, in number 4, this nutrient supply is compared with nutrition target in number 1, and you will know how much is dietary gap or nutrition gap. So in this case, since target is stunting and we are looking at protein, we only need to look at protein. We can neglect other type of nutrient. So we will repeat commodity selection until this protein requirement will filled. Then you will get combination of nutrition dense food to satisfy the target population. And remember, this is only the case of one child or one other target. So you have to multiply in each district how many beneficiaries you have. Like if you have 1,000 target children, then you have to multiply 1,000 of your result. This is how you set a target for nutrition dense food in each district. This is another case of diet calculation. You can also visit local community, ask for the conventional diet, typical diet. Then evaluate this diet about nutrition balance. Then, based on the nutrition gap they are facing, you can recommend some of the additional food items to improve the diet quality. That is a second case. Dietary assessment is first function of this application. In this tool, you are going to input two kinds of information, and then you will get two types of result. Okay, in the left side, you can check two types of information you are going to input. First input is commodity selection. You can select a single commodity or multiple commodity together with weight for each item. Second panel is another information, which is target selection. You can select a single target or a combination of multiple target. You can select either way. And after you input two kinds of information, you will get the information for what you have input. This is a list of crops you have selected, together with weight and nutrition supplied from each food item. In the panel for target selection, you can also see the nutrition target for your selection. On the right-hand side, you can see the result coming from your output, your input. The middle one is nutrition balance, comparison between nutrition target and actual supply. So and the bottom one is dietary diversity coming from your selection. In this figure, dietary diversity is score is 4, which is which satisfy minimum requirement. So by inputting two kinds of information, crop combination and target selection, you will get nutrition balance as well as dietary diversity coming from your selected food item. After you get first result, you can further improve your crop selection. For example, you can use like this. In the first crop combination, you will select local popular diet. So if you know the recipe of typical local diet in your target community, then you will input information. What is the ingredient and how much they use it. After you input this, you will get nutrition information for nutrition balance and dietary diversity. Then, as a second step, you can consider what is a possible improvement of current typical diet. Then you will check the result. Like protein, this menu is still limited supply of protein or limited supply of iron. Then you can think of some protein-rich food item or iron-rich food item. Then you can add this food item as kind of a supplemental menu, like to add one egg or to add 1 glass of milk or to add a small portion of spinach, like that. You can do improvement, try and error by using this application. You can change commodity you are going to recommend. In this case, the recommendation is by adding milk, 1 glass of milk, nutrition balance will improve, as well as dietary diversity improve. So yeah, this is how you apply diet calculation. So this is what I explained. You can use this application in 2 steps. First, assessment of typical local diet. What is the energy balance? What is the dietary diversity? Then, based on this result, you can think of any recommendation or addition. This is the second round of application usage. And then, for example, by adding a glass of milk, you can improve nutrition balance from left side to right side. Another kind of utilization of this tool is identification of nutrition dense food. So first you can list up available commodities in target area. Then based on this available commodity list, you can design optimal combination of these available commodity, and also as a target you can choose not only single but also multiple, like target is 1,000 children under 5, or target is 300 mothers in the community, like that. So by combining community level target and set of commodities, you can discuss with local expert what combination is the best to satisfy nutrition requirement. And of course, as we understand, we explicitly look at protein, because we work on protein supply to reduce stunting. Next function is crop feasibility assessment. This slide has already been explained. Selection criteria for to assess crop suitability. under what situation you will use this tool is um, when you are planning to recommend crops which is not common in your target area. Like in your target area, um, there is no or very limited number of um, farmer who raise goat, but probably in considering nutrition value of goat or goat milk, you decided to recommend goat in this community. Then under this case, you need to conduct feasibility assessment because not many people have experience in goat raising. So it may fail due to some technical reason or socioeconomic reason. Otherwise, if your selection is only from existing type of food item, then you don't need to use this. You don't need it. The usage of this tool is quite simple. First, you will identify the crop you are going to recommend to the community. Then you will answer a set of questions. There are 13 simple questions, simple yes/no questions, which each of these questions represents different criteria. So question is categorized into 5. First category is about nutrition. Is it nutritious or not? And second set of question is um, uh, technical feasibility. And third type of set of question is about social acceptability. And next one is infrastructure requirement. And last part is year-round availability. So by adding all these 13 questions, you will get a feasibility score, overall feasibility score, as well as subcategory level feasibility score. Then, based on the result, you can discuss to the local people if you can introduce this new commodity or not. Last function is crop calendar development. This function is still under development, and currently it's in Excel format. In this year, development process will continue, and hopefully it will be integrated. As we have discussed earlier, there are a number of potential causes in undernutrition. However, one of the typical causes is, of course, food insecurity. This food insecurity is more serious for the rural small-scale farmer who rely on rain-fed farming under semi-arid environment. In addition to food insecurity, during harvesting, there is a fluctuation of supply. During harvesting season, market is full of commodity and price going down, and some part of this commodity become just an wastage because of demand supply gap. So for those reasons, we need to carefully design crop calendar so that seasonal availability or seasonal inavailability can be mitigated. This is a nutrition-sensitive crop calendar. There are many cases extension officer develop a model cropping pattern. And usually, in general case, the objective of developing crop calendar is to optimize farm income and also to reduce workload. In this tool, we add assessment of nutrition balance, monthly nutrition balance, in addition to conventional crop calendar. So the logic is simple, like as before. If we have a list of crops to grow together with allocated land area, and also we need to put seasonal information, when to harvest, when to sow, then we will get the result, monthly nutrition balance for several key nutrition items. So we can improve this crop calendar from the viewpoint to satisfy nutrition security every month. Final result of this Excel is overall economic return together with nutrition gap. So user can optimize crop combination to satisfy different needs, economy, nutrition, and other.